What's your name?
Dean Constantini.
And what is your medium?
Sort of mixed medium, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you get started doing this?
Funny story, because
Yeah.
it started as a joke, actually.
Oh.
I had a colleague in from the UK. We were walking through Inglewood. Walked into one of these shops, and it ended up being a gallery, and I saw this massive piece on a wall for $15,000 that was basically paint over paint and then just squished with a palette knife and sealed. So I jokingly said I could do that, and I went home, went to Michael's, I think it was, bought a piece of canvas and a bunch of paint and threw it all together, being funny, threw it up on my Facebook, and people said, "Oh my God, I want it." And so that first piece ended up going to Montreal. So my dad has that hanging in his home proudly. But I had a buddy in Ottawa who wanted it, and so it just went, wow, like, okay. And so I started from there.
So when you create your art, do you do it with that, oh, this is just a joke kind of mentality, or do you change your mentality a little bit?
I sort of changed my mentality, but I don't really think about it. I think that there's an inner spirit that sort of tells you what you're going to do, especially with abstract, right? So I really don't think about it. I get lost in it, and then when it's done, I go, wow, there's something there.
So it tells you when it's finished?
I think that if I try too hard, if I put any thought into it, that then you end up ruining the piece, and then you go, oh, what did I do that for? So when it's done, it tells me it's done, and when it's time to start, it tells me it's time to start, and it picks its own direction.
So how long have you been doing this?
I guess I've been doing it, really, I've been creative all my life, I think,
I think everybody is.
Yeah, like everybody, doodling here and there, but never really putting anything into canvas or into art in the sense that we are today. But I'd say I've been doing that now, putting it on canvas for about a year.
Oh, wow.
So,
and you've been pretty successful. And how do you define a successful artist? That's a tricky one, hey?
For me, at the end of the day, I do it to me, it's a form of therapy. It takes you get lost in the day. And so you have your choice of getting lost in day to day and having nothing, just getting frazzled, or you can have a little bit of therapy and just get lost in your art, and it sort of is that soothing. So that's a big thing for me. But how do I define my success? For me, if I'm happy with what I've done, then I'm successful with it. And I guess I've had a lot of compliments in my work. Who knew? That's my thing. Who knew I'd be an artist? And that's when you hear that from people who've seen your art, go, Dean, that's great. Who knew you had that in you? And that to me makes it worth doing.
So how do people get a hold of you and see all your projects?
They can go through my website, constantinisabstract.com, or they can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, a Twitter page. They can call me.
Oh, they can call you?
Yeah, they can call me.
It's like Blondie, call me.
Call me. Exactly.